All right, you guys. Your Long Shadows is here. That means we can start the show. See, we waited.
All
we,
right.
we waited for Your Long Shadows to get here, and now
Yeah.
then we hit the button.
Let the pizza commence.
The big red button?
Dispensing pizza slices.
Did you hit the big red button that says go live on it?
Yeah.
I guess we gotta do that first. Go ahead and hit that.
I hit it twice. Now, does that mean we're not live anymore? I never know.
Hit the other button.
Well, I
Hit the
think
green one.
the other button says
Hit the
start
yellow
show.
one, too.
Should we start the show?
Which one says
Please,
cue the cat on it?
I don't know. Let's do this. This is PSVR GameScast Live, where we film live every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes we make exceptions on days like today.
7 p.m.
Very infrequently, however. So don't get used to it. We don't care if you like it. Well, actually, we do. Well, actually, I don't know. Hopefully, you don't dislike it. My name's Brian Paul from
We're
the
not
right here.
consulting. That's what we're saying. We'll do what we want.
Maybe a little bit. Dave from Dave Station, VVVVVR.
I just drove across the state of Florida in pouring rain to make it back in time.
Hell yeah, man.
We're using you as the excuse. That's
Welcome
But
back.
I was
Welcome
home at 4 p.m.
we waited for you, David. And that guy on the right hand side of the screen is AJ from the Underground. PSVR Underground.
What is up, Brian? What is up, Dave? What is up, Game Cats? Happy Sniper Elite VR week. We have so much to talk about. We got some great news as well lined up for you, and hopefully we can make your Monday suck just a little bit less.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we finally got that down. I'm really, really happy with that delivery. Big time. Nice, guys. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. Make sure you join our Discord. The link for that is in the description below. That's where this conversation happens 24/7. That's where I certainly hang out all the time, and that seems to be where a lot of you also hang out. So click the link. Hang out with us. Also, if you want to be on that illustrious list down below, make sure you hit us up on patreon.com/withoutparole and hit us up for just $1 or more every single month. If you like what you see, you want to keep these lights on. They're not great lights, but we do need them to stay on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. All right, guys.
It's okay if my lights go out.
I mean, it's more atmospheric, I think. I don't think it's a big deal, right?
Yeah, like that's no big deal. You can still kind of see my face.
Sexy party at David's house.
Oh, wow, that's fucking bright. No, turn that off. Okay.
We've all been cooped up for 15 months. No one wants to see what we really look like. Keep the lights dim.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. We got so much stuff to talk about today, and I think the first thing we should do is kick off just a little discussion. What our plans for Sniper Elite VR are? That wasn't VRR. VR.
VRR.
What VRR? So we all have some plans for Sniper Elite VR. AJ, I feel like you've got the most concrete plans. We've been working on this the longest. What are your plans for Sniper Elite VR on this amazing launch week?
Of course, we are under embargo, so there's no reviews or anything until Thursday when the game comes out, July 8th. And gonna be posting some stuff at midnight tonight. I've been playing the hell out of this game and have a lot to share. I know you guys do as well. I'm not gonna go specifically, but just tune in around midnight tonight on my channel.
Around midnight tonight?
We're gonna have at midnight tonight,
right at midnight.
Eastern.
Okay.
And we're gonna have some fun, man. And check it out. Shout out to Rebellion for hooking us up with review stuff, preparations, giving us ample time to put some good time into this game, so we can give you good thoughts and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at least halfway through.
Wow.
Full disclosure, we didn't tell you guys before, but we've had codes for a minute, so we've been able to play it for a little bit. And so I think I'm put a decent chunk of time into it, at least like 8 hours so far. But we can't tell you what we think just yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've actually, I'll be honest, I still have like one more level to go, and before I'm able to like completely review the game and get all that stuff together. I've been working on it behind the scenes. I got a little bit of gameplay going on here down below, but yes, AJ is going to be streaming at midnight, and I've got my own little video kind of like first impression video coming as well. So hopefully by the time you guys all wake up tomorrow, that'll be there and give you something to watch while we wait for the official review embargo to lift.
Yeah, and I have a plan to do something. I'm not going to stream at the same time as AJ because I don't want to step on his toes, and you guys would probably rather watch him anyways. So I'm not going to do that at midnight. Maybe tomorrow at some point, like noonish, I might stream it. But as far as tonight, I'm going to edit something together. I've got footage of like most of the game, but I think we can only show the first 6 levels for now, for tomorrow. So I'll do something, I guess. Yeah. Keep an eye out.
Yeah, and of course, you guys know that on we'll be sitting here talking about it extensively when the review embargo is up. We're going to detail every single thing we liked, every single thing we didn't. We're going to tear it up and then slowly piece it back together with Scotch tape. And hopefully you guys will be here for that discussion. So
VR Empire Den is in the chat. And
Vampire Den.
I like that.
VR Vampire Den. He says Rebellion is the best. I know they're swell bunch of peoples up there. They're really, really kind and generous and awesome. And they also say Zombie Army 4 is the best zombie game ever made.
Vampire Den's name reminds me of the Dr. Acula joke that Mitch Hedberg made. All right. All right, you guys. Sniper Elite, we're going to have much more coverage of that game in the coming days. Very, very excited to be talking about that, be sharing that, more footage with you, all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, AJ, what's our first news story of the day?
First news story isn't a news story, Brian. It's a reminder that you have 1 day left. This is your last chance, if you haven't yet, to pick up Star Wars Squadrons. It was the free PlayStation Plus game of this month. And make sure you don't miss out. It doesn't matter if your PlayStation's broke or anything. Get the app. If you have a PlayStation account, just make sure you download it and add it to your library and have it for later. And as a reminder, it is PS4 Pro enhanced because it uses dynamic resolution. It is also PS5 enhanced if you have a PS5. It also supports the HOTAS controller, which is pretty badass.
And it's free.
It's
free,
yeah.
Dave.
Is it also going to be PS6 enhanced when we have a supercharged console? Will it just look fucking crazy realistic? Actually, that's
I don't know
question.
if it can look any. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, maybe.
Technically, maybe.
I don't know. We'll keep you posted in about 7 years. We'll let you know how that goes down. Right. So, and you also said that we got some good games. I know this is not VR stuff, but good games coming to us on PlayStation Plus this month as well, right?
Yeah, I was actually. They did release the PlayStation Plus lineup for next month, and it starts in a couple days or something. Usually, maybe actually tomorrow. It should be tomorrow. And that's why this is your last chance to get Sniper Elite. And yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 was on there. I thought that was pretty good. That's a big game to come to PlayStation Plus.
The other the Plague Tale or Plague an Innocence Tale or whatever it's called. That's supposed to be really good too. Yeah, I've heard great stuff about that. So definitely check that one out if you're into sort of like shorter narrative-driven campaigns. It looks pretty spooky. There's rats everywhere, plagues. It's kind of cool.
Tales,
Innocence, Lost. I mean, who knows? Something.
Oh, man, sounds so great. All right, I don't know. I've only heard. I feel like I've only heard the name of that one, but like I've heard really good things about it, so I should probably check it out when it gets here.
Yeah.
I love those narrative-driven things. Gone Home, I thought was a fantastic game. I don't know if this is in the same vein as that, but like that's sort of the vibe I'm getting when you're
No, it's more like it's like third person. It's like, you're controlling your character like it's a third-person Resident Evil remake or something.
Oh,
but I think you take a little guy with you.
All right, signed up. I'm good. Yeah,
where's Aceville?
You sold me.
Why is Aceville retweeting my tweet with a thing of Mr. Miyagi?
So real quick, everyone in chat
being
is
in here.
Issuing a retraction. Red Dead Redemption is on PS Now, not PS Plus.
Oh.
So.
I don't know if I like PS Now very much.
It's getting better. But,
Thank you for going to withoutparole.com/you're wrong. I appreciate it.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
Some people might get that.
But I like
the kind of funny reference.
Yeah. That works for me.
Appreciate it.
All right, you guys. Well, we've certainly got our share of viewer takeover questions that we'd like to tackle before we get into any more news today. But before that, even we want to give a shout out to MLA Baxter hashtag the Game Kitten with the $2 tip. Says hope crew and cats had a good fourth. I wish.
Yeah, I did.
I wish I could
did
say.
Actually. I was hanging out with my parents down in South Florida, and they had this like timeshare place or whatever. But there was a balcony on the 4th floor. And what we didn't realize is that from that balcony, we could see like 5 different cities within, on the horizon doing their fireworks shows at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So there was like one over here, one over there, one closer to us, and then all the people in the neighborhoods shooting off stuff. So it was actually really cool. I saw like 7 fireworks shows at once, hanging out with my family and stuff. So that was pretty awesome. Pretty good 4th of July. Oh, and we saw a movie called Summer of Soul that I would recommend to everybody. Very good movie.
Everyone. It's a movie that everyone would enjoy.
If you like soul music or
Okay.
Funk, R&B,
Sure.
gospel,
I guess, yeah.
blues, anything like that. That's
Okay.
great.
Are there any movies with My Chemical Romance in them?
Probably.
Probably. All right.
Check IMDb.
First viewer takeover question comes to us from Shades of Grey Matters. It's hashtag viewer takeover. By the way, if you want to leave any viewer takeover questions for us to answer on the show, head on over to our Discord. The link's in the description. Leave it in the viewer takeover channel. Maybe we'll read it on the show. Maybe we'll answer it. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Shades of Grey Matter. It's hashtag viewer takeover with PSVR poised. I like that word. To have a busy summer full of big releases. Here it does. Do you think Sony might be holding off on talking publicly about PSVR 2 until afterwards? Do you think a major PSVR 2 announcement that doesn't include backwards compatibility could distract from the PSVR 1 games coming out soon or potentially hurt their sales numbers?
I'm going to say yes to all of that. I think you're right. And you're onto something here. I mean, a major PSVR 2 announcement that doesn't include backward compatibility would absolutely distract from all these cool games coming out. Like you see Fracked and you're like, damn, I might get a VR for that. That looks awesome. And then you hear that it's not going to be compatible and you got to buy a PSVR 2, then you're waiting. You're going to wait a year and a half or whatever to get the damn thing. So, yeah, I think you're onto something there.
It seems like a really long time to wait. Be like, this game that I'm really interested is coming out right now, but I'm going to wait a year and a half to buy the next headset. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too impulsive. Maybe like that. I just don't think like that.
Most people wouldn't buy a product knowing that a better one is coming out that soon if you're spending hundreds of bucks on it.
Right.
I think that's like a typical person who's not crazy like us. Because I would do that. But
it's a practical thing to do. We've definitely touched on this before, where it's just like how they didn't unveil PS5 for the first time until they got their last exclusive out. And I think it's a good strategy. I think PSVR 2 would be a huge distraction from an amazing lineup of games this whole summer coming out. So, if I was, it's just the practical business thing to do. Correct.
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, like, and I also think that like when we see PlayStation VR 2 games, everything's going to change. Like, I really think that as blown away as we are by some of these very cool PSVR 1 games headed our way, I think PSVR 2 games are just going to, like, the quality that they're going to be able to reach. Obviously, not every game is going to be of the highest quality, but, like, when we see the capabilities of PSVR 2, it's going to make PSVR 1 look a little pale, weak by comparison.
It's going to
dwarf all VR stuff out there right now. Let's be honest. So
absolutely.
It's like give these games like Fracked and Song in the Smoke and all these cool games attention while we can, and then blow our socks off after the summer's over and get us excited.
Still want them
for
all.
next gen.
I still would like them all to go and do a remaster or something if they can. Remake all these. I'd play them again in an upgraded version.
I'd buy them all again. Do some side-by-side comparisons for the channel. That's content.
Well, if
Sony's
Sony's smart, they'll do a thing like they did with the PS5, where they were like, "Hey, you got a PS5? How about you have all these free PS4 games that are awesome, and like build a library right out of the gate with our best titles." And then over time, they started enhancing them. Like I got God of War for free through that. Then it got a PS5 patch. Ratchet and Clank free through that. Then it got a PS5 patch. So they could do something similar with PSVR games where they say, hey, here's a library of backwards compatible stuff you get if you have PS Plus and a PSVR2 just right out the gate. And then as time goes on, we'll introduce more titles that have, full enhancements, that kind of thing. That seems like a good way to do it.
That was I think that was one of my predictions. I don't know if we have a pizza bet going on that, but I did say that, like, I hope that they do another Plus collection, but this time with VR for PSVR2, your instant VR collection. We want to give a shout out to Delirium Drew VR with a $5 tip. Says shout out to all the cats that joined us in Rec Room last night to celebrate the 4th of July. Betty, Mikey, Liv, Zaka, Young, Void, Frosty, Hugh Guyver. Wow, it's a lot of cats. I went to the one the day before. Yesterday was what, Sunday? I went to the little Rec Room meetup on Saturday. I was only there for about a half an hour. And I gotta be honest. I think COVID's done something to me. I was in there and I was like legit like feeling antisocial. Like I was like, I felt like I was at an actual party. I just kind of wanted to stand in the corner and be like, Betty, come talk to me, because like there's too many people. I can't. It was like total social anxiety and I couldn't deal with it. And we were in VR. Like, why is that a thing? Like, and so
that's always kind of happens to me in big Rec Room parties. It's a little overwhelming sometimes. Everybody.
I made a cocoon out of Cheetos for me to hide in. I was so
nice.
Yeah, I was weirded out. But thank you, Drew.
Puffs are crunchy.
Just one big long puff.
Okay, cool. I like the puffs. I've been into the Cheetos puffs lately. Oh, we got another tip from Matt Guyver's favorite cousin, Hugh, with the Australian $5.
Yes.
Okay. He says, had a great time with the cats in the Rec Room meetup yesterday. Best community ever. PSVR without parole. Fire, fire, fire. Thank you very much, Hugh.
Fire, 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 but no pizza.
Uh-uh. He's slacking.
I know. It's like, I don't know how we're going to fire the pizza. Next question comes to us from our boy Reth1142. Hashtag viewer takeover writes, with the new bells and whistles coming to PSVR 2, what are some accessories you'd like to see come to it?
My gut answer is like basically none.
Yeah.
Because I want it to work with what's in the box. Like, I don't want a bunch of Quest accessories because it's supposed to just work with what you get out of the box. Like, I want it to be a full, complete package where everybody can play everything they need to. And like, I don't want them splitting the player base off into like, who's got this accessory? Only they can play it. That kind of thing. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is like a thing you could lock your controllers into that's like a stock, that's like an aim controller. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I can think of really that I would want.
Because that's the number one thing I see in the comments all the time whenever PSVR 2 comes up. People always say, please, 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 Sony, make an AIM 2 or support the AIM 1 on PSVR 2. I'm like, literally all we need is a piece of PVC plastic that connects the two controllers and we'll be fine. We'll be great. And so why spend like 90, 100, $120 on a brand new controller when all you need is like some Wii plastic accessory?
Yeah, the Wii Zapper was like what, $25 or something. It's just like a piece of plastic. It's
so
perfect.
Much Wii plastic in so many landfills across the whole world, man.
Like, well, I still have mine sitting right over here. So
I would
not go into any landfills.
I would double down and once again and say I would still like some kind of affordable haptic suits stuff. I think it'd be really cool to be playing multiplayer with you guys.
That's always going to be like third-party stuff. Though. Sony's not going to come out with an official one.
And like
hey, we're playing make-believe here.
Chest or something, and you feel it. Also, I agree about the. I agree about the. I'd be down for an AIM 2 eventually, maybe, but I think really the orbs are going to be like sufficient enough. Maybe some attachment like for them, like you said, but. I wouldn't mind an AIM 2 if it has the DualSense technology and also maybe can change its shape a little bit. So like if different games have different like break it apart and becomes dual pistols or something, some kind of additional functionality to where it's more than just limited to just one style, one shape.
So you break it apart and then it just becomes the orbs again.
True. That is very, very true.
Right.
The final last thing is I wouldn't mind a wireless accessory, like a wireless adapter or something.
Oh yeah,
so
that could be cool.
Could go wireless as an option.
Good point.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
I agree with that one.
Game enhancing things or like accessories, but that is 100% probably on everybody's list. That's a really good answer.
I want back button attachments for each controller so that they have 3 triggers on them. this, and this, and this, and I want to do this.
I don't want to talk about the back button. Like, what a fucking mess that. It's
What-
so
what
ridiculous.
was that?
I
That was
don't.
like-
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. What the topic for another show is what it was. And our final question comes to us from the chat. Shirzad Khan City, which come on, I'm just gonna call you Shirzad Kitty. With a $3 tip, says Squadrons had VR support. Dead Space remake in VR. Okay.
I love it.
So what's the latest word on this Dead Space remake? Has it been 100% officially confirmed that it's happening?
No,
It's
but
very
there's just
leak
lots of
oriented.
strong
Yeah.
rumors that are hinting that
EA motive, right?
Supposedly we'll know by next month or something, or maybe it was this month. By
And
the
he's
time
saying-
by the heard.
And he's
If
making the
it's EA
Squadrons
motive,
comparison.
that's good. Very good, if that's true.
Yeah, because
Right.
they did a great job with Squadrons, and they have a team that has VR support. For sure.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, so we know that EA Motive can make a great game. Visceral was like something special, though. Like they really made something special with Dead Space 1, and I think even Dead Space 2. Don't get me started with Dead Space.
Oh, Dead
3.
Space 2 is awesome.
Yeah,
Dead Space 3 is the action game.
yeah, and like just low quality from top to bottom too.
Yeah.
Like I did like visually everything. Just not a fan. But yeah, it's like I just hope that. I don't know. It's tough when would you guys want a remake? Let's pretend it's going to be in VR. Would you want it to be like as straightforward a remake as possible, or would you like it to be like a reimagining?
Reimagining, 100%. I don't want a straight remake. I mean, that'd be cool, I guess, but I'd like to see something new because if you take a game and just put a new coat of paint on it and then flip the VR switch, Larry in the basement or whatever his name is.
Larry's brother
Lloyd in the basement. Okay. But I mean, I feel like if you design it from the ground up, thinking, okay, this is going to be a thing that works both VR and flat, but we want to make sure the VR version really works in VR. I think that you want to develop the game with that from the beginning and not just like start with an existing thing and slap VR on top of it. So I hope it's a reimagining.
Yeah, I hope so too. Mostly because I played the original Dead Space like 17 times. I got the platinum.
Let's see something.
Yeah, but I'm still usually the one-to-one remake kind of guy because I just don't have. It's like more often than not, I feel like when they don't do one-to-one remakes, they screw it up or something. Depends on really who it is. And,
I mean,
and how
Capcom's done a
faithful it
pretty
is
good
and-
job. RE2 and RE3 kicked ass.
Yeah.
Real quick, I ordered a sub like an hour ago, and it was supposed to be here, and it says it's been delivered, but I keep checking and it's not there. I'm going to check again, and if
All
it's
right.
not, I might have to make a phone call. Shut up, AJ.
I diverted it. It came to my place like 20 minutes ago. It was delicious. All right, man. Let's get the ball rolling. Dave can play catch up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess there's a rumor going around, that there might be a state of play July 6th. You know what day that is? That's tomorrow.
Yes. It came from Game Rant, and this news actually was sent to me from DJ, the Pumpkin Patch Kid. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to the Pumpkin Patch over there. And yeah, it was the only reason I'm bringing it up is it's from Game Rant, and unless they just have a name that sounds like somebody else, I'm pretty sure that's like a legitimate site and stuff, right?
It's a legitimate site, but I feel like
Or
every
is it
time
one of those PSVR underground things.
I think it's also that. No, I feel like every time I end up going over there, it ends up being like some unsubstantiated kind of clickbaity sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't go there very
I didn't-
often, so.
Yeah, I actually sifted through this and didn't see anything that was like very substantial, like you said. And there's just rumors. Let's just leave it at that. That there's some rumors that sometime maybe between tomorrow and Thursday there could be a thing, but I don't know. I don't usually see. Let's see. This was from June 26th, so this was actually just from like a week and a half ago or so, and I don't see anything that really says like why they think this. I like tried to read through it, but they just keep saying there's rumors, there's leaks, but I don't actually see any rumors, leaks, or evidence behind that. So I don't know.
Braxpro has me intrigued. I have to see who the parent company of this site is.
It's a subsection of a website that shouldn't be named. That's what he said. It threw me off because I confused like game ranks or game rant.
I think I did
It's
the
like
exact
so,
same thing. Yeah, it's so generic.
and so yeah, like because when I first saw this, I was like, meh, but I wanted to bring it up anyway. So yeah, let's go ahead and nip that in the bud.
I can't.
But
I
I
can't
don't know.
scroll to the bottom of the site. Every time I get to the bottom of the site, it gives me a millisecond to see the copyright information, and then it loads more news stories, and it just keeps going. I'm back to sometime last year because I've scrolled down so far. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
All right, what I missed? My sandwich isn't here. I'm very upset.
Dave, if there happens to be a state of play tomorrow, as Game Rant apparently said
Okay.
there may
What time
be.
do you think it would be?
Oh,
Afternoon?
I mean, isn't it usually like? Isn't it usually like 11 a.m. or am I thinking of something else?
If it's 11 a.m., I can hop on and we can talk about it. If it's in the afternoon, I got to drive out to visit my brother and his family tomorrow afternoon, so I'll probably miss it.
We'll play the stream by ear.
I
We'll
might
we'll see what
Wednesday
happens.
too, actually.
Dave's not going to be here for the rest of the week, guys.
I'll be here Friday.
He's giving us the heads up now. It's what would you expect to see? Like that? That's
If there was a
where I
state of
going
play,
with this, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they showed off Horizon. I guess they could give us some updates on a lot of those games that they showed off that still are sort of like nebulous release dates, like what am I thinking of? Stray, Ghostwire Tokyo, all that kind of stuff that we were interested in. But I don't really know what they would have to show off right now, unless it's something I don't know about, which would be cool.
well,
But
the
I would take this with a big grain of salt.
yeah, it threw me off because the whole game rant thing. I thought that was like a legit site, and it got me confused with Game Ranks or somebody more credible. So, thanks a lot, DJ. I'm gonna blame DJ on this one.
I'm gonna blame the whole pumpkin
And
patch while we're at it,
patch.
man.
Yes.
I'll suck it. That's right. Yeah, and honestly, like Sony's at this point got a reputation for not wanting to talk about VR during state of plays, and so I've like all but lost interest in them. But I will we'll keep an eye out, and if there does happen to be a state of play, we'll stream it anyway, just in case there happens to be even a single VR announcement. Although Hitman 3 was during a state of play, right?
Hitman 3 was a huge announcement during State of Play. And the good thing is they kind of learned that they need to set expectations a little bit. Somebody at Sony studied a little business class at some point because they've started setting the expectations a little bit more accordingly and a little bit better about that. So
All right.
but yeah, so moving on in the news, 1976, Brian. Back to Midway, or as you might know, as 1967.
So behind the scenes, because AJ's favorite thing is
talking
behind the
inside
scenes stuff.
baseball about everything. Nobody's gonna know.
So
Do you really want to tell everybody everything?
I emailed Ivanovich Games because we knew that review keys were out, and so I'm like, I'm doing everything fast. I got like 17 things going on here behind the scenes, and so I emailed them, and they sent back a key. Right in the subject line is like 1967 back to Midway, and I was like, do I not know what the name of this game is? Like they're telling me it's 1967, or did they make a typo? And then I realized they were just responding to my email, which means I emailed Ivanovich with the wrong title of their game. It's fine. It's fine. You brought it up. I had to explain. It's on you, AJ. It's on you. So the game's officially coming out this Friday, the 9th. Is that the right day?
Sounds about right.
The 9th, Friday the 9th. And this has been out on some other consoles for a little bit. Dave was telling us a little bit about it on one of the last episodes of GamesCast Live.
Indeed.
But now I can confidently say I have much better understanding of this game because I played it for the last like 90 minutes or so, as did AJ, as did I think Dave. You played a little bit more of it.
Well, unfortunately, they did not get back to me in time with a code because I was traveling and didn't see that they had sent an email about codes earlier today. So I don't know what time it is wherever they are, but I don't expect a code tonight, unfortunately. That said, I did hop into the PSVR version for about 15 minutes to, get myself back up to speed. So as long as it's basically the same, I think I can add something to the conversation.
I can't imagine it's much different.
Yeah. So does it have move support? Is it just DualShock 4?
So I played DualShock 4. AJ, did you get to test any other controllers? AJ, your mic
You're muted.
off
You're
or
muted.
something.
I tried
There
both
he is.
controllers, and yeah, I did play it with the moves in and with one move, and then DualShock, of course, because
Interesting.
it tells you it recommends one. It actually tells you that it recommends the DualShock.
Yeah.
It does, for good reason, because this is a classic arcade style. You want to have a stick and you want to have buttons. I tried it with the motion controllers just a minute ago on the PC version, and if it's anything like that, controlling it with the stick thing was really finicky, and like it was way too sensitive, and I'd go way too far left, and then I couldn't really control it just right. So I see why they recommend that you use the DualShock.
Well, that was
Did
a
you
little.
like it with the move controllers?
Well, that's the thing is a little disappointing, to be honest, because that was one of the selling points was, oh, I get to control this in-game joystick. And I think it's very, very close. The thing is like you said, it's not, I think it could be tightened up a little bit, because I actually thought it was more fun playing with the move controller, but it affected the gameplay to where like, it was just so difficult to use it. And because it's a bullet hell and you're supposed to be dodging quickly and stuff. And I really wish there was so you can adjust the sensitivity on the DualShock 4. And I wish there was like a sensitivity adjustment for the move controller, because I feel like it's super close and it feels better, but the gameplay suffers because of it. And it's surprising to hear that it's like that on PC as well.
I'll tell you, because it is a bullet hell Twitch reaction fast-paced shooter, I was shocked that it didn't have D-pad support. That's what I want to use in this, like classic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, classic NES games, SNES games, Genesis. I mean, you name it, man. It's like the games of this era. Like Dragon Spirit.
For me, I picture an arcade stick. I picture an arcade stick with a game like this. So for me, an analog is better than a D-pad.
I just
although with some games like this, I can see what you're talking about, like with Twitch movement and like when you got to be really precise with stuff. I can see that. So it doesn't have D-pad support at all?
No, in fact, every time I ended up at the menus, I still wanted to use the D-pad just to go through the menus instead of the analog stick. And,
I mean, that would probably be a pretty easy thing for him to implement, right?
You'd hope so. The
only thing is, like, in the immersive sections, I could see the D-pad being a little funky there, because in that case, you would kind of expect an analog stick control. You know what I mean? Although I guess you could just switch. You could just switch your thumb down half an inch and be fine. Yeah. We should talk to him about that. That seems like an easy implementation.
However, I got to say that as far as my first impressions were extremely positive. I jumped into this, and you can see from the screen right here, it almost looks like you're sitting in a movie theater, and like you get this big giant screen in front of you, but the screen has depth, right? And so if you ever played like the old 1946 games, it starts off the exact same way with your plane like doing this loop, and it does it like right in front of you. It's like so much more effective than it ever was on the NES. And so it just looks good to me. It feels good to me, and I love the overall look of it. Like even just like the blue ocean you can see in this footage, it just pops. All the colors look great.
The water, the colors and the water and everything is really pretty. I did think that it's a little bit slightly lower resolution, but like barely. But for the most part, it actually looks way better than like Operation Warcade did.
Oh yeah,
because that was like super blurry, super aliasy, and this is not like that. So first things first, I was very happy to see that graphically it looks bright and colorful, and the water looks really good actually.
Yeah. And then of course it mixes things up, like just as you're starting to get sick of like the top down view, there's like different little power ups that you pick up to kind of send you into like Operation Warcade into different modes, different first person modes or different like behind the plane modes, and I thought those looked good. Although I think my thoughts on the whole thing are a little all over the place. I do want to ask a question about the first person modes, because I want to know if I'm in the wrong or if I had a weird experience. Did the sound change radically when it went into first person for you?
When you go into immersion mode for me, or when I went into immersion mode, like all the sounds were gone.
Yeah, like I expected the engines to be, and the music to be louder, and everything to all the shots to be, and everything got real quiet instead. It was like the opposite of what I expected.
Well, yeah, the thing that I mentioned before, I think about this one is that as the opposite of Operation Warcade, I like the screen stuff better than the immersive stuff in this one. Because like you said, it's cool playing it in the movie theater. That thing at the beginning is really effective, and the depth it has, like, if you're going past a rock outcropping in the ocean, that has 3D depth and it's coming up at you.
Yeah.
And the enemies can be inhabiting a higher plane and then going down to where you are. Like it's really cool. There's a lot of depth to it. The water looks great. Everything's got a cool like arcadey look to it. And then when you go into the immersive mode, it's kind of washed out looking, kind of bland. It doesn't pop the same way. It's harder to shoot guys.
It is harder.
And it just it loses a lot of the charm that it has in the regular mode. But
this is why I want
less. It doesn't happen that much. Like you're mostly playing in the.
There's like 2 immersive zones per level. It looks like there's like a Z1 and a Z2 icon that you have to hit, and then it does it. And yeah, I mean, I'm also a big fan of these old school top-down shooters and stuff. So I was definitely immediately hit with like the nostalgia of this, and playing with the Move, I definitely going into that immersive mode was like. The first thing I thought was, why isn't the whole game like this? Like, because this is like super fun experiencing. It was almost like experiencing one of those top-down arcade shooters from the first-person view, which is what it's supposed to do. But I was like, man, like this actually could have been like the entire game like this, and it would be super fun. But I do like the top-down view because of the 3D depth. I saw that, Brian, you got to like maybe level 5 or 6 like I did. And they start to introduce like you get more of that 3D depth. There's mountains that pop up towards your face and you have to like stay in between them and stuff. And it gets, I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I first played this, I was excited at first with the Move. And then I was like, oh, but it needs some adjusting. Like, I feel like it needs a little tweaking on the moves. But then switching to the DualShock, I felt a little underwhelmed at first, even though the gameplay was better. But then once I got to like level 5 or 6 and the mountains were popping up, having to dodge those, the gameplay started getting a little bit better, like more stuff to dodge, and it was a little bit more difficult. I started having a lot more fun at that point.
Well, those mountains are also you have to. I love that because not only do you have to dodge the mountains, but you also have to use them to your advantage because there's the lasers that shoot out. And the only thing that's going to save you from them is being on the other side of the mountains. The mountains, are your shield. And so I was like, man, I was dying left and right on that level when I first got to it. And I was like, I can't wait to memorize this. And that's like one of the great things about old shooters of this ilk. I just sounded like 90 years old. Is like memorizing things. Like I know the first 5 minutes of like every NES shooter inside out because I just memorized it. I was like, you got to start, well to end well. And so I'm gonna have to memorize that level just to be able to get through it well. But yeah, no, I totally agree. The more difficult it got, the more exciting it got, and I was having a blast. And of course, it does my favorite thing about video games really fucking well, and that's the progression system.
Right? Oh, right.
As you go through, you collect coins.
Go through, and
then you can buy a ton of different stuff. You can upgrade a ton of different things on your plane, and it's not like you just buy like there's like regeneration power, and you can upgrade your normal guns, and then like your side guns, and all these other things, right? And it's like you upgrade it once, and it's like, okay, now the cost went up, so you can upgrade it again at a higher cost. You upgrade it again at the higher cost. The cost goes up again. You can upgrade it again at the higher cost. I've upgraded some of these things like 5 or 6 times. I don't know how many times you can upgrade them, but I love more than anything else having to go back to the first level again and just like leveling the entire place because I'm so much more powerful than I was the first time I played it.
Right. Progression system is like such an important thing for me these days, especially with a lot of VR games that execute these great concepts, but then don't give you a reason to keep playing. And so it's like, well, that's cool, but what's the point of doing this anymore? And so like that's been something that has been critical. And like I liked, I ran into the having to unlock stars and stuff, and had to go back and replay a couple levels, get an upgrade. I had to actually go back and replay some because I playing with the moves especially, I got messed up in those later levels, and then I switched to the DualShock 4, and it was a little bit easier. But
Yeah,
But yeah,
I like that. I think each level has what, like 5 different stars or something you can get, and then yeah, you get to a point where you're like,
there's like
oh,
objectives.
yeah,
There's actually a lot, honestly. With the short amount of time as a first impression, I was a little overwhelmed at first because there was so much going on. You have to get coins for upgrades. You have to there's like 3 different mission objectives, and then there's like 5 or something challenges, and you get those stars for each one, and those stars you use to progress to the next level at some point. Um, so yeah, there's actually a lot of different stuff, and I remember Operation Warcade having something similar. I don't know if it required you to get stars or anything to unlock the next one, but I remember it had a bunch of challenges in it.
yeah, yeah. I really
What do
like
you guys
this.
think about what do you guys think about the level of polish on this compared to the previous Ivanovich games? Because like it's got kind of cutscenes with like voice acting, not really cutscenes. They're like animations or still frames or whatever. But I think
Very
overall it
charming.
seems it's a little better put together than like an Operation Warcade.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Say like it's got less rough edges. Operation Warcade had some real issues like they messed up the audio, they messed up the graphics, they made it like unplayable at some point. So in its current state, this has none of those issues, and it plays well, looks good.
sort of.
I didn't really
Yeah,
have any like,
it's got a couple jagged edges, but
yeah, but it's not like
but
Operation
it's
Warcade is, but
not Operation. No, no.
yeah.
Like that was blurry to the point to where it was like unplayable for me. Really.
Mhm.
This actually looks really pretty. I mean, you can see in the footage that Brian's playing, like just the water alone is like
The water's
mesmerizing. I
gorgeous.
love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love the color selection they chose and the reflective and those mountains and stuff that come up at you too. They look pretty nice. But yeah, overall, it feels to me like so far, first impressions wise, it feels really polished. It feels fleshed out. But I do think it feels like it needs a little bit more tweaking to go. I don't know about you guys.
For the move controllers, I'm gonna assume that if it was anything like my experience with the motion controls on
Yeah.
PC, it is too finicky, not really a reliable way. And the game itself is like, maybe don't use this one. Like it's an option, but they're like, use the DualShock. Use the DualShock.
Yeah, there
So-
has to be a way to fix that or adjust that. Like I said,
They need some HOTAS support in this bad boy.
Ooh, whoa, that's a great idea, Dave.
Yeah.
Email
why
them
not?
right now. HOTAS would be amazing in this game. Holy
I mean,
shit! Yeah.
Ivanovich supports like tons of controllers and stuff. Have you?
Yes.
Do we know that it doesn't support the HOTAS?
We didn't try it. I don't think anybody
didn't-
tried it.
Well,
Yeah,
it doesn't
they,
say
they,
that.
they
but-
supported the
When I
wheel
get my
for,
code, I'll check it.
they supported the wheel for touring carts, right? And they
Oh
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
they had like combinations. It would supported a wheel and a move at the same time.
yeah, so
Dude,
it's
this
like,
game with the HOTAS would be like insta buy for me.
Oh yeah.
I guess at the beginning it did say move DualShock. Those were the 2 options on the screen. So I'm assuming it probably doesn't support the HOTAS, but that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, no, there's like a little few things that I really want to work on. Again, when I go into the first person mode, when I go into the immersion mode, I want the sound to be. I want to hear the engines. I want my controller to vibrate like I'm actually in, like in the cockpit. I want all the sound to be louder and more intense. And the music needs to kick it into high gear instead it just disappears. Like that's the kind of it's like real simple stuff. I think. Could be fixed and make the experience a lot better overall. But we'll see if it gets any patches between now and the 9th when it comes out this Friday, and definitely we'll send our little bug reports over to Ivanovich and see if they've got anything in the works. So
I keep muting myself because this is the 10th time that I've tried calling this fucking Jimmy John's, and they haven't answered me once.
the second they
It's like
answer,
they
we
know
want to
it's me.
hear the call.
Oh, I'll put it on. I'm just
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on over there? Is what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, that's how it's gonna go.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
come out of the gates.
You're not
I'm
getting
gonna
your
storm
sandwich
the
at all.
gates.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna be righteously pissed.
Nice. Anyway, first impressions on this super positive, and I really can't wait to dig in a little bit deeper, see what the later levels have to offer, see what happens when I really fully upgrade my ship or my plane. This is great. This is a great homage to the old 8 and 16-bit shooters for sure. Shmups.
Yeah,
I'll say.
I hope it. I'm definitely excited about it, but I hope it. I hope to see a couple tweaks before launch because I think it has a chance to be something actually really, really, really good.
Brax Bro says, put all of us on text to speech. That's great. All right, you guys. Moving along to our final segment of the day, you guys. Oh, wait, no, hold on a second. I screwed up. I missed something in the run of show, didn't I?
I don't think you did.
Did I
Yeah,
not?
no, it's just the only other thing we got is AJ's 20 questions. Although I do have a concept because it looks like based on the run of show, we got like 9 minutes here. It won't take 9 minutes, but we were talking about limited run games, and you did an unboxing of your Vader Immortal last time. Funny enough, when I got home today, my Trover Saves the Universe limited run games edition showed up.
Oh.
And I thought maybe I could unbox that. It's got a ton of cool stuff in it. You guys want to see it? It's in the plastic still.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You got 8 minutes to kill.
I'm like, did I buy one of those? I see. I only buy PSVR stuff from limited run these days, so I'm very, very curious.
All right.
I'm gonna change this thumbnail. I'm just gonna say Dave does Trover unboxing. That's
Now
Switch.
you may see
Is that
Switch?
Switch?
They didn't have a PlayStation version of the collector's edition, unfortunately. But now this means if I'm ever somewhere and I feel like playing Trover, like on a vacation or something, I could play it on my Switch.
That's
so
cool.
that's cool. I wouldn't mind checking it out flat screen just to see what it's like.
Just to clarify,
There's a ton of stuff in here.
was there a PS4/PSVR version and it sold out, or there just wasn't one? Period.
There was not a collector's edition.
Okay.
I think they had a normal one, but not with all the goodies. So I got the one with all the goodies. And I actually forgot I ordered it. When it showed up, I was like, what the hell did I get from Limited Run? Because I had just ordered, we both just ordered Camouflage's game, whatever, Republic.
Still available, by the way. Still available.
Yeah, that's insane.
It is crazy.
Open this.
Only 850 copies of the collector's edition, and it's still available. Unbelievable.
Okay, so obviously Trover on Switch. That's the least exciting part. There's so much of a trap in here. Oh my god. All right, so first of all, I have to open this whole thing up. There's like papercraft sculptures you can make, and stickers, and pins, and stuff.
Losing interest by the second.
6. Okay, so show me your Vader Immortal postcards, because I have 16. I have 16 Trover Saves the Universe postcards.
Are they
and
thick
they're
too?
actual cardstock. They're actual cardstock.
Yeah,
we got 16 of them.
You win.
And they have a space for the stamp and everything, like an actual fucking postcard. So we got 16 of these bad boys. A bunch of stickers.
Wow.
Little glib glorbs and little zimzams or whatever.
Better than expected. When you said stickers, I was like, I don't care. But yeah, they look
no,
cool.
They're pretty cool looking.
Okay.
Then we got a poster. Oh, there's more stickers. More zimzams.
I wish they were color forms. Is that a thing where you can actually peel them and stick them into a scene?
Oh my god, I loved color forms back in the day. We got our Trover double-sided poster. That's him saving the universe.
Wow, that is very heroic.
The other side is just his old face.
Right, you should put that up and make a glory hole out of it.
Oh god, I probably won't. And then it comes with these little papercraft Trover things that you put together, like to make little statues.
Oh, cool.
Of little Trover guys. They have all these. They're reversible too, so you can make multiple ones with that. And then the final thing, there's like so much shit in here, it's crazy. There's a pin for like a lapel pin. It's kind of huge. So this guy here.
Nice.
And those power babies are replaceable. They're magnetic.
No way.
So it comes with, these are 2 blind bags of randomized power baby eyeballs that you can take and like mix and match the eyeballs on your power baby pin.
Wow, Vader Immortal
Crazy
can
amount of
suck it.
Vader Immortal had 2 little flimsy ass little. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
This is a way better unboxing. I fail.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. And I dropped it all. Oh well.
Oh well.
It was well it lasted.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's some wild stuff. If anybody else grabbed that, I hope you're playing around with it, enjoying
When
it.
did that go live? When did that?
Months and months and months ago. I mean,
I
limited run stuff, you forget ordering it when it shows up. You're like, oh, what the fuck is this? And when I opened it, I was like, oh, Trover. I guess I did buy that. But yeah. All right. So now we're almost at the time for AJ's 20 questions, aren't we?
I think it's definitely time for 20 questions. That means me and Dave have 20 questions to guess the PSVR game that AJ is thinking of. Yes or no questions. And we need all the help we can get from the chat, you guys. Also, to kick it off, Future Past Scott, Jesco, PSN, Harry Fella, PSVR, GameCat for Life with the 2 quid donation says, Future Past Scott here back at work for 5 weeks. Ugh. I mean, you did take a nice long vacation, so I'm not going to feel too bad for you, but I'll feel bad for you. Thank you so much for the donation. All right, AJ, you have your game picked out?
I do.
All right, I'm going to put 6 minutes up on the clock up on the counter, the way that Jeremy likes it. Here we go. Clock, timer, start. Whoa, there we go.
Does it support the aim control?
Ooh, good
No.
question. Move controllers.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it a puzzle game?
No.
Does it also use a DualShock 4?
Yes.
Okay. Moves and DualShocks.
Do you have guns in this game?
No.
Has the developer made other PSVR games? I swear it's going to help you one day.
No.
Okay.
Was this released in the last 2 years?
No.
Was this a launch title?
No. This is that was question number 8. We're on question number 9.
All right. No puzzles,
Okay,
no guns, got Move and DualShock 4 support. It wasn't a super early game. It wasn't a super late game.
It's dead smack in the middle. Let us see. Do you pilot or do you have a vehicle? Are you in a vehicle?
No.
Okay.
No vehicle. Good question, though. Shades of Grey Matter. And Dave.
Oh, it's funny that they said, "Do you pilot?" and I said "pilot" without having read. I didn't even read the comment.
That's
we
why
both
I thought yeah.
pilot for some reason. That was weird.
Can you fly in this game?
Yes.
All right. So
Okay.
no vehicles, but
are
you can
you-
fly.
Are you a superhero? Sort of.
Yes.
Oh, Brian, I think we know what it is. Getting close.
Well, so
I think Chad already kind of guessed it, but
superhero without a vehicle. I mean, Megaton Rainfall.
Chat's been saying Megaton Rainfall already for like a minute. Rhodey and Rypop are like Megaton.
Okay.
But let's narrow it down a little bit.
Sure.
Can you travel into space in this game?
No.
Wait, what?
Okay, so it's not Megaton.
No.
So it's not Megaton Rainfall then?
So
You can definitely go into space in Megaton Rainfall, AJ. If you didn't realize,
I know. I just played it
Okay.
on Saturday.
I love it.
Okay.
Cerebral Frost.
okay, so it's not Megaton. It's not Megaton.
The developer of To the Top is here going, is it To the Top? Does
I mean,
this,
that's worth a shot, but you're not really a superhero into the top, are you?
no, you definitely
that
are.
lore?
That's the
lore?
story of the game. Yeah, you're like this
Oh,
futuristic like security officer or something.
Okay, well, in
okay,
that case,
does
does this game
this-
have multiplayer?
Oh,
Or go
yeah.
ahead. Yep.
No, multiplayer is a good question. Does it have multiplayer?
Yes.
Ooh, now I think we know.
Does this game make you feel like a cat pouncing around? This makes me feel like a cat
Yes.
pouncing around. Dave, you want to take
We
it away?
used to play this. We used to play this game every Tuesday night.
Yes.
Oh boy,
I
That's
guess.
not fair. The developers in the chat, you cheated.
they're allowed to. They're allowed to be here.
Actually, Triangulator said it like way first.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well, let's just finish it off proper. Is it To the Top?
It is To the Top, baby.
That's great.
Oh wait, where is it? Hold on. Since
You have the
we're-
soundtrack back there, don't you? Something like
I
that.
got the limited run and I got the soundtrack right here
maybe.
next to me.
Nice.
Boom.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, guys, we have a lot of stuff to take care of tonight. We got a lot of things to do. Some Sniper Elite stuff to put together for you guys. So we're gonna get out of here. But we do want to thank everybody who hung out. Thank you to all the moderators, keeping everything civil, keeping Discord civil. Don't forget. Please join the Discord. The link's in the description. That's where we hang out. This conversation happens 24/7, and that's where you can leave viewer takeover questions, all sorts of stuff, man. Like great stuff, great source for PSVR news as well. Thanks to Hibsy and everyone else that contributes around there. Also give a shout out to Miles Dyer, who runs our Instagram account now, kind of our social media dude, and SciFiGamecat Henry, who goes and watches this entire show, puts timestamps in about, sometimes just minutes after the show is over, but then I wake up 14 hours later and see that you did it. So timestamps tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for everybody who hung out and watched the show. Thanks to everybody who tipped and donated and keeps the channel running. Make sure you subscribe to AJ over at PSVR Underground. He's got some awesome Sniper Elite footage.
Come join
gameplay.
me at midnight. We're kicking off with some Sniper Elite at midnight. If you want to come kick it with me, also posting another video as well.
There you go.
On it.
Mysterious.
And I've got 3 videos total. 3 videos total coming.
Wow.
So get ready.
I have 14, so there. 14 videos on Sniper Elite. That's not true.
Oh,
No.
you got me outdone then.
Yeah, no, I have none, but I will have lots. Sorry. Of course, you know, Dave's going to do some Sniper Elite stuff too, so make sure you subscribe to him.
I'll do something, I
Dave
swear.
Station VR. And that's it. Guys, thank you everybody who stepped back, watch the show, didn't say a goddamn word. We know you're out there. We know it. We can see you, even if you don't think we can. We love you all so very much. Let's keep the cat.
You the cat, Brian, because I want to say good night. Well, see you later, hopefully at midnight. To Jason Ewing, thank you so much. Twitcher, the single player Gamecat, Johnny Moles, appreciate your support as always, my friend. Secrets of Oak V3D, Dave Station VR in the chat tonight. Endeavor One, thank you so much. Justin Cassidy, appreciate you staying up late and tuning in. Shades of Gray Matter as well. That is midnight Eastern. Yes, sir. Sniper Elite, come kick it. Emily Baxter, the hashtag Game Kitten, says cue the cat. Flame Hat, Game Cat says fire, fire, fire. The VR chat channel, what's up? Jason, good to see you, my friend. LC2552 Beats, thank you so much. Liam, Cerebral Frost, nice, yes. He says, by the way, into the top, you're a super bot, so totally a superhero.
Super bot, yeah. That's true.
You're a super bot. Bob Zarkoff, the Underground, Dave Station Gamecat, elitist of the Elite Name Squad in the house tonight. Brax, bro, thank you so much.
I'm
I
sorry,
thought it
what
was
was that?
Pikachu, they say.
Chippy.
Take it a pee. I have no idea. Ian Stanbridge, appreciate you, dude. Patricia Gray, thank you so much. Baggio10, good to see you again. Decepticon, aw yeah. Willard, appreciate you, brother. XG Gamer 7. I did see the interview with the frack thing, but I don't think there was anything, unless I missed something, I don't think there was anything really worth checking out. But Hack the Game Cat, stay lit as always, Mo Trucka. Dusan Savic, thank you for joining in. Oliver Smith, this is VR. Gamer 004, nice license to be on Gamecat.
Wait, do we have
I want to drop a double fuck you to Jimmy John's because
Wow.
their corporate customer support closed 3 hours ago at
What?
5 p.m. And so I can't talk to anybody about my sandwich, and I'm never going to get it. I'm real mad. I almost want to drive down there and knock on the door, but they'll all be gone.
You know the delivery guy is just sitting somewhere stoned eating your
He just ate
sandwich.
my fucking sandwich.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to light them up. I'm going to light them up tomorrow morning, guys.
He does this all the time. This is his thing. Like he just like steals sandwiches from customers and just gets high and eats people's sandwiches. He's done it 17 times and gotten away with
And
it
he's
every
like,
single
yo,
time.
don't answer the phone. It's that guy whose sandwich I ate. I don't even want to talk to him.
Good night, everybody. We love you all.